Alright, let's get it. Let's see. Let me just go back just a little bit.
Tough to say you did anything wrong.
No, it's not wrong or right. That's what I'm saying. It's not wrong. It's just looking back, I would have done it differently. So I hit 64, and now we go back up. Get up to 64. The door's open, right? The people that I see are Pat Hoey, who was my boss at the time, who was just an amazing person. I went right up to him. He was in the corner office. I said, Pat, I said, well, you know what happened? He goes, Pasquale, I don't know. He goes, but I was like thrown out of my chair. He goes, I'm just calling to see, what's going on. Then I saw Steve Fiorelli, Lisa Tritola, who sat next to me on the other cubicle. Now no one's leaving, so the floor is empty except for 15 people that were there that I just walked in that didn't leave. Now, I know you're gonna ask, why didn't they leave? I have no idea. I found out later that there were calls, and it was actually published in the newspaper. They were told to stay until so they would not block, so the idea was maybe lessons learned in 93, the plane hit above us, the fire's above us. The firemen have to get to that, right? The staircases get clogged with people, right? And when they're evacuating, at least on the lower floors, the firemen can't get up now, right? Then you're blocking the stairs. So in an efficient manner, you want to get the firemen as quickly as possible to that floor to fight the fire, right? So if you fill the staircases, now you're blocking that. And depending on how crazy it is going down there, no one can go up.
And at the time, the first towers hit.
At the time, Tower 1 was hit,
Tower
correct?
1.
The one that I was in, yeah, the North Tower.
It was 2 hits, right?
Who said stay?
Someone said stay on the phone to Pat
that's what I'm
Hoey
talking about.
from the security desk
From
downstairs.
the security desk.
Yeah.
Now, in times of emergency, I'm no longer listening to the security desk.
No, absolutely right.
Yeah,
Now when things happen, I just run right out. I don't care what it is. So now it's like here, right? Everything's lit, things are nice, there's no issues. At least on that floor. So I pick up the phone and I call my wife.
And I remember picking up the phone, and he was on the other end, and he said, Louise, don't be alarmed, but can you turn the television on? And I jumped up right away, and I thought, oh, okay, sure, like what's going on, And he said, I don't know. He said, but something happened to my building, but can you turn the television on and let me know if you see anything? And I said, oh my God, it looks like the top of your building is on fire. And as I'm listening and kind of like watching and kind of taking it in, I said, they're saying a plane hit the building.
And I said, okay, I guess that's what it is. I don't even know. I said, okay. I said, do me a favor. I said, can you please tell me, just on the building, just say low, middle, or high? I said, did it hit in the middle of the building? Did it hit high in the building? Or did it hit low in the building? Because now I'm in the thinking process, right? And I'm thinking,
I can hear it.
if it hits low, I'm screwed, right? I gotta get past a fire below, right? 44th floor where I was, if it hit there, I'm screwed. If it hit middle.
What?
I'm just thinking
How crazy that feeling must have been.
about being in that situation and having to call your wife and ask her, like, you thinking about, am I gonna survive this? You asking her, okay, where did it hit? So I can know if I'm gonna be able to get out of here or not.
But at the same time, I'm also thinking maybe, like, he didn't even process how big of a deal the situation was. Like, okay, a plane hit the building, but nobody expected the buildings to collapse the way they did,
I guess.
So that would have taken a lot of people by surprise.
Personally, I would have been freaking the fuck out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel
like a lot of people must have like not processed. Like, they might have known it was a plane. Yeah.
Of course not.
I'm in the thinking process, right? And I'm thinking,
I can hear it.
I'm thinking, if it hits low, I'm screwed, right? I gotta get past a fire below, right? 44th floor where I was, if it hit there, I'm screwed. If it hit middle, I still don't know because I'm on the 64th floor, right? It's about halfway up. And she said, no, it hit pretty high.
I said, where are you? Are you in the building? And he said, yeah. And I said, what are you doing in the building? You have to get out. There's a plane hit the building. He said, no, don't worry, we're fine. We're gonna figure out what to do. I'm here with other coworkers. He goes, I'm okay, you know, I'll call you back. I said, Pasquale, please, just, you know, just get out, you know, just go.
Now you go into that mode where you're like, okay, if you exit the building and then part of the building's burning on top and the pieces of it fall, you're gonna get hit with it. The top quarter of the building collapses, yeah, it's gonna come down on that floor, but then also topple wherever.
I know which way to turn, what to do, go upstairs, go downstairs, go outside, call someone, you know. And I remember like his shirt from work, I think the day before that, he had like left somewhere, maybe at the, I don't know, on the bedpost or on a chair or something. And I remember like I grabbed his shirt and I put it on me because I wanted to feel him, you know, with me. And we have a cross on the wall upstairs, and I just said, God, Jesus, please, just, you know, just be with him right now. And I remember I had grabbed the crucifix and just kept it with me like the whole day, just praying and, you know, hoping that he would, you know, be home or call or just get out of there or whatever. So
you got firemen now going up to the scene,
and
right?
The thing
Think about
is,
that.
like,
they're
while she's like retelling the story, you can tell how emotional she's getting too. Like, oh my God,
I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
As much as we say, like, why didn't we leave? Like, you could look back and say, well, why did they go up, right? But they're going up. So you think, okay, the fastest way to get the people that need their help is stay out of their way. So now the firemen are going up the stairs. When they get to our floor, say, hey, all clear, you guys head down. We would do that. Now the second plane hit, right? We didn't see that, right? Actually, there was a conference room in the middle core. There was one of the rooms there, and it was coming a little bit grainy. I actually saw it replayed on that where it hit the other building.
And so I thought, oh my God, I can't believe this is, like, it was just one horrific event after another that was so unfathomable that it was a nightmare. It was just a real nightmare. And I remember thinking, all right, well, maybe that's got to be the last thing bad to happen, because, you know, I always hear things happen in threes, right?
Yeah.
So the phone kept ringing, people
Did
kept
you see?
calling.
Did you hear what she said?
And they were very tentative because they knew.
She's about to say something. She said, you know, bad things happen in threes. Yeah, like
that's got to be the last thing bad to happen, because, you know, I always hear things happen in threes, right?
Yeah.
So the phone kept ringing, people kept calling, and they were very tentative because they knew how pregnant I was, and they were like, oh, have you heard from Pasquale? Did he go to work today? And I was like, listen, I know what's going on. Yes, he called. He's okay, you know, as far as I know right now.
Some people didn't want to leave. And
wow.
It wasn't until, and the decision was made to leave when Pat Hoey and I, we constantly were walking around the floor, like making assessments. We finally saw some smoke coming in. So as soon as that happened, we were like, let's get out of here. We gathered up where we had flashlights in case we encountered anything going down. People got some waters and stuff. And then we lined up single file, made the phone call, left that one open, and then proceeded out to the hallway, to stairway B. When we decided with the floor with the smoke, Steve Farrelly and I, who was one of the project managers at the time, he and I went out into the hallway, opened up the door, and the stairway was clear. There was like no smoke in the stairs. It was well lit. There was no one in it. So we reported back to everyone to say, listen, the stairways are clear. There's no one going up or down right now. There's no smoke. You know, we should get out of here. You know, and he and I even said to us, you know, what the hell are we still doing here? Now I called my wife a second time.
And he said, you know, we're still here. And I was so angry. I was like, why? Why are you still there? Like, why? You know. And it just led into this whole thing. And he said, no, we're leaving. We're going to be leaving. It's okay. We're fine. It's very calm here. We're going to make our way down. So I said, okay, Pasquale, please, just call me when you get out of the building, when you're far away and you're able to talk, or just let me know that you're okay. And so that was the last I heard from him.
But Pat was probably towards the middle of the pack. Steve, you know, Franco. Right behind me was Janelle, Guzman, and Rosa. So now we started making our way down the stairs. And we're going down at a pretty good pace, though we felt a rumbling on our floor. And we attribute it to, like, again, some kind of structure. It was then also that we decided we just gotta get out there. Maybe the building's not stable at this point.
Oh my God. And then that must be so scary too, like trying to get out and then you feel all this stuff going on. You don't know what's going on. Like, fuck.
So now we're making our way single file down the stairs. You know, not running down, not walking slow, just, you know, as quickly as you can go downstairs.
This is clock management now.
Yeah, this is probably maybe 10, 15 minutes or so. Something like that, 10 minutes.
Got it.
So now we get into the stairs and we're going down. And it was fine until we got into like the 40s, and then we encountered some firemen with all their gear on. I'd say it was probably 6 of them, 6 or 7. They were sitting on the stairs, and I'm like, you know, so.
Yo, shout out to the firemen.
Right. That worked.
Went in the building, bro. Whoo! The courage that it take to do something like that.
Yeah.
Is out of this world, bro. Is out of this world. And shout out
Because they
to
had
all
to
the
go
people.
all the way up.
Man, what?
Like, bro.
They probably never. For the firemen,
Obviously,
probably,
they died. A lot of them.
Hey, yo.
A lot of them.
Damn, can we watch the story? We don't know if they died.
The firemen?
We don't
Some
know.
of them must have died in that mess.
So we were stepping like around them, you know, which like, you know, and because they were exhausted. I mean, you just went up 40 flights of stairs with gear, right? Heavy gear.
Yeah.
And now you're taking a breather. And one of the firemen said, which I thought was odd at the time, but he said, hey, listen, he goes, if you want to get out of here any quicker, there is an elevator working if you get off on the 23rd floor, and you can take that down the rest of the way. I remember shouting out, I was like, hey, we could take an elevator on 23rd if you want. I was just throwing it out there. Everybody's like, no. You know, everybody yelled like, no. Right? So we just continue. But now we haven't reached 23 yet. And now we continue going down the stairs, and then I see 23, right? And I remember that's what triggered it. I'm like, we could get off here, but we're not, right? No one's getting into an elevator at that point again. So, and again, we were all gonna go in or not. At this point, we formed this kind of like cohesive, yeah, we're all together. Went down one more flight, got to 22. I was halfway down the stairs, and the way it works is the landing, 22. You go down the stairs, there's a platform. You go down another set of stairs, and then another door to go to 21. So I'm here on just past 22, the door. I'm going halfway down the stairs, and then everything started to rumble. Tremendous pounding noise from above, like a freight train.
Sound.
Vibration, sound, everything else. It was just, you know. At the time I had my briefcase. Instead of like carrying it this way and then over my shoulder this way, I just took it and I put the strap, you know, around me across my chest, and it was on my back. So now I have this on my back. I'm halfway down the stairs. Everything starts shaking, and just instinctively, I didn't even have time to think really. I remember looking back kind of quickly with everything shaking, and I saw Rosa and Janelle open the door because they were like screaming, and then the other people screaming. They opened the door to 22 and they tried to run onto the floor, right? Because now we're thinking something's falling through the stairs, something's rumbling down and stuff. I didn't have time to run up or run down, and just instead I looked back and I dove from basically the middle of the stairs. I just like took a couple of steps and I jumped and I landed on that intermittent platform landing.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I just put myself right into the corner.
You didn't hear that?
I'll tell y'all he's the most paranoid person.
You didn't hear that?
I did, but
Corner, and I curled up and tried to make myself as small as possible.
Go
in
back
the
a little
corner
bit.
there.
You can
'Cause
hear
I'm
what
not
he said.
understanding what he's saying.
Didn't have time to run up or run down, and just instead I looked back and I dove from basically the middle of the stairs. I just like took a couple of steps and I jumped and I landed on that intermittent platform landing, and I just put myself right into the corner, and I curled up and tried to make myself as small as possible in the corner there, thinking whatever's falling through, there was nothing to protect me other than the floor below me and the 2 walls that I can get into a corner on. So I just kind of curled up like this for whatever was happening. I had like nowhere to run at that point. And
The freight train
was coming. The sound was just
the
immense.
collapsing.
Pancaking every floor, pancaking.
Oh
my
my
saw it
God.
down,
Bro,
and it
what?
peeled open like a banana. But everything, all the floors, basically concentrated themselves, and then one added to another like a domino effect when it started to go, and just built up. You know, heavy weight hitting the next floor. Now the next floor is not going to take the 2 that are above it. The next floor is going to take the 3 that are above it. The next one, and so on and so on. Now that thing starts to come down, and it's just imploding. When I was in the stairs, all I heard was the just tremendous, you know, sound. The staircase, you know, shaking, and that's when I dove into the corner and just tried to protect myself. You know, at that point, I just had my eyes closed, and I actually felt. Because I'm now up against the wall, and I felt the wall move, right, crack, and I felt the floor kind of like start to give, and it was just, now it's just like, just split seconds. I mean, you know.
I have anxiety listening to this shit. I can't even imagine living it. Like, bro, imagine floors like falling on top of you. Like, what, bro? Like, what?
Listen. Wait, hold on. Now, remember when I told you that bad experience I had on the ship that last time? With the shit shaking it like that?
Why you about to cry?
Bro, because
His
I
eyes
could
are watering.
only imagine, like, I was scared for my life on the ship, and we ended up turned out being good.
Imagine being there.
And we
That's
turned out
traumatic.
being good. It was so bad on the ship, bro. When I say it was so bad, we had to carry, like, everybody had to carry walkie-talkies on it. It got bad one night. The weather got real bad. And I'm just saying that to say, like, I cannot imagine, like, hearing that. When I was on the ship, that shit, when the waves was crashing into the ship, that shit was like, boom, 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 boom. The whole house was shaking. The whole fucking house was shaking. Like, wake you up out your sleep, sweating, heart beating fast, like you about to die.
Couldn't even sleep on that.
Couldn't even sleep. So I can almost imagine what he feel. Like right here, I can almost
Scared
imagine
for
what he
your
feel.
life.
Yeah, like just scared for your life, bro. And he sound real brave about it too, man. Like, he just, like, it is like,
I'm just thinking, bro. He's in a freaking in the stairs,
he's
which
in the
is
stairs.
66 floors, which is
100 and something floors.
100 and whatever floors. It's already claustrophobic enough. All that mess is happening. The floors are coming down on you. You can hear them boom, boom, boom. Like, just imagine that every
But why do I feel like the safest place would have been that floor? Why do I feel like the safest place would have been the stairwell where he was? Because remember, he said the girls that was behind him, they keep showing their picture. So I don't know. Hopefully, God forbid,
I have no idea.
they're not
They didn't say.
deceased or whatever. But they keep showing their picture as if they are. So, like, they opened the door to run in another floor because they heard what was going on there. But why do I feel like it's more safe in that compact area versus, you know what I mean?
Let's see.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Everything flashes through your mind. I'm like, my first thought was, I can't believe this is how I die, right? I can't believe this is, right? Just I was like, oh my God, this is my death. This is my death. This is how I die. Split seconds. I mean, like, I'm talking like milliseconds. From there, I'm like, I prayed for my, I'm like, please, my wife, my daughter, I'm never gonna see them. And then, during the fall, it's like, now I'm praying for, quick death. So it's, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Please take care of my family. Make it a quick one, right? That's what I'm going through. And
Keep
it's just,
trying.
because now I'm falling just an abrasive, sandblasting type of effect. I'm on this I guess, slab, but it broke away. So now I'm kind of like free fall, getting knocked around, getting hit. I see flashes of light from getting hit in the head. You know, somebody even say you see stars, right? You know, you see stars, you get hit, right? Either a punch or I was getting knocked around in the head, my back. I just stayed tucked in, abrasive, and this is all happening quick, right? All those thoughts are going through my head. And then I see one big, boom, flash.
But what happens after?
Nah, we gotta hit
I need
part
the other part. Oh, look, it's like a lot of parts.
Oh, which
But
one is this?
This must be the first one.
And that's
We gotta
in
go
episode
to the
4.
second part, because
There is no second part.
oh my gosh,
It's a whole
we're panicking
thing.
because we need the rest of the story.
Wait, all right, we're gonna dead this one, and then we're gonna try to
Right.
find the rest of the story, because that is powerful.
That's crazy.
That is so powerful.
I need the rest of it though,
Alright,
like
hold on, let me-
right